Well, he wasn't eternal though, so he had the
A long time.
Yeah, because
basically had an
he could be
eternity as
25,000 years old before they're forced to like reborn or be reborn or whatever. So I don't know. I don't want to say Doctor Doom would win this just because.
How could he?
Like, I don't see either one of them really getting the upper hand, but like easily anyway. But like, Doom has been stripped of power a lot too, where even beings like Odin are able to defeat him pretty easily.
Another god.
Yeah, but a lesser god. He's just an alien.
Apparently, I have a weakness
people
to gods.
Yeah, which Odin is just an alien that Earthlings perceive as gods. They are not even like celestial beings. Living Tribunal doesn't talk to Odin. I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying, like it takes a lot. But Stephen Strange, they talk to Stephen Strange because Sorcerer Supreme like gets there. They become that important. But and I don't know. I haven't seen anything of Doom being a Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, I was just
that's new to me. So I don't know like what would Doom even do with that ability or with those powers. I don't know. I
have to give it to Kronos because being omnipotent, like there's really nothing I can do about that.
I just feel like the one thing that puts him past it is like controlling the flow of time, because that changes so much. Like even if you just wear glasses that make what you see upside down, and you try to like pee, like something that you're used to doing,
right?
Just like becomes so strange. So yeah, he looks so weird as a Sorcerer Supreme.
Because he's still wearing basically exactly what Doctor Strange wears, just with his metal helmet.
This is like an alternate reality one, because it says Earth 14412. I don't know where that's at, but it seems like I remember
Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yes, it seems like I remember seeing this picture before, where he's like wearing the Levi. That's what I named that Cloak of Levitation. I just think Cloak of Levitation is not a great name. I'd much rather like call him Levi. So I don't know. I kind of, it's weird. I don't know. But if you give me Kronos, then I'll take it.
I mean, I kind of have to. Someone who like just knows everything that's going to happen before it happens. Like, what can I do against that?
Yeah.
Like,
because
if you know I'm going to travel through time before I travel through time, you'll just be there waiting. And then if I try to jump to a different point, you're like, oh, I knew you were going to do that too. I'll just be there. And then if I try to outsmart you, you're just like, dude, I control all of this.
Like,
I'll be
like I've seen this.
I'll be there.
So it's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure at the end of the movie,
basically,
where he's like we planted the gun, we planted the cage, and we planted the key.
Exactly. Like every move that I think I'm doing, you're just like watching me like, oh yeah,
I remember. Cute. Okay, all right. So then I don't even need these other three.
I was gonna say I think Kronos seals it all the way.
You think so?
Absolutely, like because
Fin Fing Foom.
It's gonna be the same thing. Like anything I would try to do, you already knew it was gonna happen, so you'd have.
I kind of felt like Kronos would be the hardest to overcome, and comics where he is overcome has not been written yet.
Yeah, so
against
the other fighters, like against the Speedster, I can Fin Fang Foom can get into their head and mess them up. Against Superman, against the other ones, same thing. I can get in the head and mess with their mind to the point where I can argue a fight maybe. But against someone who knows that that's probably what I'm going to do and is already going to have a plan in place for that.
I mean, this guy was there when you were born. He was there when you die.
And he was there when I was conceived.
So I mean, there's like nothing that you can
and
do that he hasn't seen.
And not only that, but he's doing that all at the same time.
Right, exactly.
Which is crazy. Miss Minutes has nothing on Kronos.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
I think Kronos and Miss Minutes should have a baby.
Does he even have... I don't think he's got a... I don't see anything there.
If Kronos and the Punisher had a kid, would that be Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, it could be.
Not a sponsor.
But yeah, that's him with Thanos and a bunch of the guys, and they're just tiny little peeps.
So yeah, like the only way to fight Kronos is I'd have to get like one of the like the Elders of the Universe or like Beyonder or...
Yeah, he's fought the Beyonder.
Go figure. So I'd have to go above that to like the Living Tribunal or the one above all.
Yeah.
Or the one below all. Although the Hulks beat the one below all. So maybe we'll stick with the one above all.
Damn, so you want to just talk about the Seven versus the Ginyu Force real quick?
I love the Ginyu Force. Raccoon's probably my favorite.
I actually... My name is Raccoon, it rhymes with doom, and you're going to be hurting all too soon. I almost remembered it all right away.
And his finishing move is the Raccoon Boom.
Yeah. I always thought Raccoon was super cool, too.
Time stop! I love the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, and he's telekinetic, and he's a badass. He was gonna stab a midget with a tree. Like, fuck. Oops. Yeah, that... Yeah, you're brutal. I'm glad Vegeta came by and just punched your little head off, but I'm also sad about it. So yeah, I don't know. I think I think the Seven might be able to beat the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, I mean,
just because Homelander is going to be serious right out the gate. And,
yeah, he's not going to mess around.
And could you imagine? Just him like flying right through one of them, like right off the gate.
Exploding.
They're like doing all their like poses, and he's just like right through.
It would be Raccoon.
Or Birder. Like just one of the biggest ones. He just goes right through them just to make a point.
Yeah. And then, I mean... Black Noir is basically just as powerful, like strength-wise, as Homelander. He just can't fly. And he's allergic to peanuts.
Yeah. But I think that would have been really entertaining, too, to just bring those guys.
That would have been funny.
When I was like, I should bring them, I wonder how much their first appearance is. Like, that'd be cool to buy it and then show it off in the video. But I'll be damned if it ain't hard to find. All of the Dragon Ball Shoujin jumps are like super hard to find.
Weren't you saying like that they rarely leave Japan?
Yeah, like whenever you do see one, they're always being sold from Japan, and they're all super highly read. You can tell like whoever bought it just read it probably 1,000,000 times. You know, so like I highly doubt anybody was buying those and bagging them, boarding them, and just like leaving them sit. You know, and they're awkward shaped, and they're super thick too because there's like 30 stories in it.
I used to have a subscription to Shonen Jump once upon a time. Well after, you know, their first appearance would have came out.
Yeah, but like, you know, I've always been like one to want first appearance of Goku, first appearance of Vegeta. You know, and then I was like, oh, they're kind of obscure enough where maybe I could find a first appearance of them. I only found one, and I wasn't paying what they wanted for like a 2.0.
Right.
Look, it's awfully beat up for that price. So I couldn't do it, but I wouldn't have hated somebody for doing it. I mean, that's cool. You know, it's cool enough if you just want to read the first appearance of the Ginyu Force in Japanese. If you can, kudos to you. I don't know Japanese, but...
So, let's make this official. The winner of this fight is the my bad. The Eternals. No contest.
So go see the movie. See if any of that is. See if now you're even more mad that they didn't show up to stop Thanos from punching Captain America in the face.
Yeah, they don't interfere.
Why?
I don't know. They're tired.
Oh no, they say we were told not to interfere unless it's the deviants that come, and then they're like,
What, Thanos is a deviant?
no, he's not a deviant. He's an Eternal, actually.
With the deviant gene?
He can have that gene, yeah.
So he's a deviant.
I don't think so. What is he? He's not a deviant. He's
a mad titan.
He's a mutant though. He's a mutant of his kind. But I don't think he's a deviant. I forget what it's.
So he's
a titan. Is what he is. He's the mad titan.
Yeah. But he's an Eternal with the deviant gene, but he's not a deviant.
I don't know. Look it up then.
If it sounds like a deviant, if it looks like a deviant, they
quacks like a deviant.
They labeled it a titan, so they didn't have to mess with him.
But anyway, they were told by the Celestials, basically not to do shit. Don't interfere with humans. You don't need to.
But they basically helped human civilization all the way along from day one.
I mean, basically, they're like 25,000 years old. Makari's only 4.5, since they only give themselves a birthday every 1,000 years. So I mean, technically he's 4.5 thousand years old, but he's only 4.5.
I'm this many.
yeah, but which is ridiculous because and he says it in one of the Quasar books I have. That's how I even knew who he was back in the 90s. Because Quasar wanted to host a race to see who was the fastest in all of the Marvel Universe. And Makari is the one who wins the race. But even Buried Alien is in the race.
Buried Alien?
Yeah, so that was them just adding the Flash, without having to say Barry Allen.
I don't think, with the way the DC universe is, that anyone is faster than the Flash. Not even Mercari. Mercari's also a great website to buy stuff from, so check it out.
But, I mean, he's essentially the Marvel version. I guess closest thing to it because he's the embodiment of speed. So, I mean, it's not the Speed Force or whatever that's divided amongst all living things or something, but, still pretty cool.
Well, if you liked this video...
Then you're not Josh.
and you think that the Lethal Legion got hosed like I do, tell us in the comments.
I said, yo, how strong are we going to be bringing? Because I'm bringing strong. And, that was it. It was almost Squadron Supreme, but I was like, with the movie coming out, I don't know who the characters are really, so... Yeah, it was a learning experience for me, too. And I mean, I knew they were strong, but I was like, holy crap. They're all Cyclops and Havoc on the basic level. And then you start adding stuff on top of that.
Insane.
Yeah, so if you stuck around for all 75 minutes of this video...
Holy crap, for real?
Yep, we're at 1 hour, 15 minutes.
I don't know if I stuck around this long.
But it was a brawl. And I mean, it could have went longer if you would have thought by some stretch of the means that Fin Fang Foom would take any of those other guys. We could have done it.
I mean, I thought Doom was my most powerful one, so...
Yeah, I mean,
he just went against your most powerful that...
Yeah, and I thought I was like, oh man, that's funny that it happened that way, but I'm not mad about it.
No, it's in fun. It's all good fun.
Yeah, for sure. So if you agree with me, put it in the comments. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments.
But we can all agree that we all definitely learned something. Like, I had never heard of Tricephalus before this day, or before this fight. Brand new to me. Giant kaiju, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like, I had seen the character before, but I didn't know who he was, what he was, and nothing like that. So, yeah, I think something to take away for sure.
Do you think that the MCU is going to downplay the Eternals' power, or do you think they're going to give them all this power? Like, it's going to be interesting to see.
Isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I really think that's why I said, like, we got to watch this maybe afterwards, so you're not thinking in your mind, like whenever Icarus gets punched or whatever, you're like, oh, he's just faking. Because he's got so much power.
In my mind, like, if they're as powerful as they are, like, why are they afraid of the Celestials? Like, I understand the Celestials are, like, the OGs of the universe, but, like, with as strong as they are, how strong are the Celestials now? Like, I need to look
now
up
you're
on this.
asking the good questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now we're stepping up in the MCU from the ground level. Because we had Daredevil, the Punisher, Captain America, Hulk, and we're slowly getting farther and farther out with Guardians of the Galaxy, Ego the Living Planet, the Grandmaster. We keep zooming out to the bigger picture.
But, like, with the MCU kind of, like, downplaying Ego's powers, but then, like, saying he's a Celestial, like, what is the MCU going to do with Celestials? Because
I mean...
They lost to just, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Ego was destroyed by the Guardians of the Galaxy, so, like, where are they going to put, like, was he just, like, was he on the ground level as far as Celestials go? Is there a whole new tier system just for Celestials?
Could be. I mean, we know Celestials can die, obviously, because
There's a
that was
head.
the second one. Yeah, I was just going to say, nowhere that big floating head is the head of a Celestial, where Tyvon, the Collector, lives. He's his base of operations is inside the head of a dead Celestial. So and how did that Celestial die? I don't know.
Isn't Galactus technically a Celestial?
No, not technically.
No?
He is a celestial being, but he's not a Celestial.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, because he was from Ta.
Where's he at?
Right here. Oh, you mean Isan?
So this is a Celestial.
Never mind the dust. Yes, yeah, you're right.
So that's a Celestial. When I bought this originally, I thought it was Galactus because Galactus was on the box, and then I presented it as a gift for my boy here, and then I found out that I didn't give him Galactus. I gave him Isan. What is it? Isan?
Oh no, it's right here. Zyron.
Zyron the Tester. So
I thought it was Isan the Searcher.
And then I don't know if you guys can see him in the back there.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, what? I lost him too. But yeah, our little Gallon is right there.
Next to the Master Mold. But
yes.
All right, I think we need to wrap this one up. It's gone on pretty long.
Now we're at 120.
So for our next fight, what do we want to do?
I don't know. I think it'll be Volume 2, number 1.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have another number 1, so we can do clean slate, basically.
Okay. Let's
anything you want to do.
Let's not plan anything. Let's take a look at the comments for the next few weeks here, and as these videos drop and you guys see them, let's pick a suggestion from the comments if one pops up.
Okay. Yeah. I will pick one from the comments.
I will pick one from the comments.
Hopefully not the same character. Hopefully there's 2 to choose from.
Yeah. And then we'll duke it out.
All right. Sounds good. Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of the next video.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Bye. I'm tired.